The crisp mountain air of Lesotho filled Akila's lungs as he gazed out over the undulating hills and valleys that surrounded his small village. Though only 15 years old, the weight of his community's expectations already threatened to crush his spirit. Lesotho, a landlocked kingdom nestled high in the Maluti Mountains, was a land of stark beauty and unyielding tradition. For generations, the people of Akila's village had lived much as their ancestors had, tending to their livestock, cultivating hardy crops, and upholding the rituals that had sustained their way of life for centuries. But Akila had always felt like an outsider, even among his closest friends. While the other boys his age dreamed of inheriting their father's pastoral lands or joining the ranks of the village elders, Akila's mind constantly wandered to the stories he had read of a world beyond the mountain peaks. He yearned to experience the dazzling cities, the bustling technology, and the freedoms that lay far from the isolated confines of his remote homeland. Late at night, by the flickering light of an oil lamp, Akila would pore over his most prized possession, a tattered book that had been smuggled into the village years ago. Its pages held the secrets of life in the West, of skyscrapers that touched the clouds and machines that could fly. With each word he read, Akila's dreams grew, kindling a burning desire to escape the fate that awaited him, but that fate was rapidly approaching. In a matter of months, Akila would be forced to undergo the traditional Basotho coming-of-age ceremony, where he would be transformed from a boy to a man. And with that transformation would come the expectation of marriage, of inheriting land, of devoting himself to the life his ancestors had lived for generations. As the days passed, Akila's anxiety mounted. He watched his friends one by one succumb to the weight of their cultural obligations, their own ambitions fading like the setting sun. Would he too be forced to surrender his dreams of a life beyond the rugged beauty of Lesotho's mountains? Late one moonless night, as the village slumbered, Akila made his decision. He would run. He would escape this life that had been mapped out for him and forge his own destiny, no matter the cost. With a backpack hastily stuffed with provisions and his most prized possession, that battered book of dreams, Akila slipped away into the darkness, his heart pounding with equal parts fear and exhilaration. The journey would be arduous, the risks immense. But for Akila, the promise of a life beyond the confines of his traditional upbringing was worth any sacrifice. As he trudged through the wilderness, he clutched that book close, its pages a beacon guiding him towards the unknown and the freedom to truly live